We see the sun every single day as this source of warmth and light. But what happens when its incredible power gets unleashed directly at us? Today, we're going to dig into the very real and pretty disruptive threat of solar storms.
Look, this is something we really need to take seriously. A major solar storm, it's not a question of if it will happen, but when. And the way it could affect our modern world, well, it might be way more shocking than you think.
So the first sign that a solar storm has arrived can be absolutely breathtaking. It's this beautiful, silent warning painted all across the night sky. But don't let that beauty fool you. It's hiding a pretty fierce reality.
Okay, so what even is a solar storm? Well, think of it as a colossal eruption of energy from the sun, just sending this huge wave of charged particles blasting through space. When that wave slams into Earth, it violently shakes our planet's protective magnetic shield. That's what triggers those incredible auroras.
And yet, while those auroras are a stunning sight, they're really just the visible proof of this invisible electromagnetic battle raging in our atmosphere. The most important thing to remember here is that this is so much more than just a pretty light show.
This whole cosmic event has some very real and potentially devastating consequences right here on the ground. It's a direct threat to the very foundations of our fragile, super technology-dependent world.
A really powerful solar storm can create these massive electrical surges in our power grids. We're talking widespread blackouts that could last for days, maybe even weeks. It can literally fry the sensitive electronics in our satellites and just completely knock out the GPS systems we rely on for, well, everything, from flying planes to just finding our way across town.
I mean, the difference is just staggering. On a normal day, everything's powered up, we're all connected, life is predictable. But during a major solar storm, we could be looking at citywide blackouts and a total communications breakdown. Just imagine every navigation system going offline, all at once, all over the world. Our society just isn't built to handle that kind of shock.
And the impact doesn't just stop with the big stuff. It gets a lot more personal, threatening to throw our everyday lives into what you could call a digital blackout.
It sets off this terrifying domino effect. The storm's energy can damage our phones, our laptops, you name it. Then, that damage ripples through our financial networks, messing up banking systems. Some research even suggests a really severe storm could knock the entire internet offline. Not for a few hours, but for weeks, maybe even months. So, beyond all the technological and economic chaos, there's an even more fundamental threat we need to think about. A direct danger to our health and safety.
You see, solar storms seriously crank up the radiation levels, especially in the upper atmosphere and out in space. Now, thankfully, Earth's magnetic field protects most of us on the ground, but the higher up you go, the more exposed you are.
Obviously, astronauts on the International Space Station are right on the front lines, facing the biggest risk from this radiation. But it also affects people a lot closer to home. Passengers and crew on those long-haul flights that go over the poles, they're getting exposed to higher radiation levels during a big solar event, too.
So when you take all of this, the fragile grids, the vulnerable satellites, the potential for a digital dark age, it all leads us to one final, really crucial question. We usually think of the sun as this steady, life-giving star, right? And it is. But you have to remember, it's also a giant, unpredictable energy bomb, and we happen to live well within its blast radius.
And that leaves us with one simple but pretty profound question. When you consider how deeply we depend on all this vulnerable technology, and you think about the immense, untamed power of our own star, are we truly ready for the next big one?